It's your friend the Wren back again. It's been some time, has it not? I find myself saying that to you guys quite a bit these days. I am not in a place where making extremely regular content is possible. So it'll be a little infrequent. If you don't know and you only watch these videos, I make shorts. So every now and then you'll probably see a short before you'll see a video. I'd like to try to get in the habit of making more shorts on the fly. But you clicked on this video because you want to know what communication breakdown is all about. And while I did consider sort of taking some notes, I figured, you know what? Why bother? Just right off the cuff. Communications, that might not be a good way to start it. I was going to say communication has always been a problem for me. But that's not true and not necessarily what I mean. And here we are with the dilemma of communication, language. Our language is not best suited to communicate thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Now, say for an example, I have a wonderful experience. Wonderful, beautiful, magical, holy, divine. Maybe I'm talking about a DMT trip or, some high dose of mushrooms, you know, 10 grams of dried mushrooms or, a bunch of hits of DMT. How can I communicate to you that experience with words? I cannot. You would need to have your own experience. And then when we communicate with words, we're having an understanding. We both know that we know. Language does fail when it comes to emotion. I feel things deeply, passionately, strongly, where I don't have words for emotion. And I allow myself to feel these things and I let them pass. I'm not attached. I'm not identified with them. I don't say that they're part of my identity. I feel things deeply. And like weather or moods or outfits or clothing or costumes, they are changed like a channel or they are gone. Like, mist or cloud or fog. They're there. You recognize them, you acknowledge them, you can feel them, and then they are gone. But it doesn't mean that when they're present, that I'm not actively feeling them deeply in ways that are so profound that I don't have words for. Something like a moment of joy is like expressed in some sort of way internally that during this moment of joy or happiness, those moments that you have where you're so happy you cry, this bliss, this ecstasy, it's like if everyone on the planet alive and that has ever existed had an orgasm at one time and you felt it. And the same thing with sorrow. It's like, what's one of the worst things you could experience is like, well, a parent losing a child. Okay? So then in a moment of great sorrow, it's normal and common for me to experience what every parent would experience when their child dies at one time. So yeah, I feel things deeply and emotionally, but I don't attach myself to them, and I don't identify that feeling as who I am. If that makes any sense. It might not. But let's try this. Pause this video and grab a scrap piece of paper and a pencil. I can hear Jeopardy music. Okay, welcome back. You got your pen, your pencil, whatever you have, some scrap paper. Try this experiment. I want everybody to draw a pig. A pig. I'll give you a couple seconds. Go ahead. Pause it if you have to. All right, class, hold up your drawings. Share them with your neighbors. So you drew a pig. Now some people will draw a cartoon, animated type pig. Maybe their version of Porky Pig, maybe the best of their recollection of Porky Pig, or a pig from a book, a movie, a cartoon. Some people might own pigs, and they drew a pig that they have on their farm. Some pigs are going to be real fat. Some are standing on two legs like cartoons, some are on all fours. Some are running. Some have a squiggly tail. Some have a long tail. Some people thought pig and they said, boar, wild pig. Maybe their drawing has tusks. Maybe it has that mohawk thing it's got going on. Some pigs have pointy ears, some have floppy. Some of you might have even drawn a phallic symbol with your pig because it's a moy pig. But as we're showing the class our drawings, we can all agree that they're pigs. Correct? That's a pig, that's a pig. We all know that they're pigs. We don't ask how or why. That's a pig, that's a pig, that's a pig. We can all recognize them, no matter how good you can draw or not. You drew a pig based on your skill set, based on your memory, based on your imagination, what have you. You drew a pig. What the pig says about you is not the question here. You drew the pig, and we can all see that it's a pig. We can all have ours recognized as pigs. Now apply that to love. How do you draw love? Some people are going to draw a heart, right? Why would people draw a heart? This organ in your chest. Life? Heart chakra? 432? Schumann resonance? The heart? Doesn't even look like a heart. What is that? We know it's a heart. We know it means love. We're programmed, we're conditioned with Valentine's Day. It's a symbol. It's a symbol, right? But what does that mean? Does it say anything about love? Does it say anything to you about the emotion, the feeling of what it is to feel loved and to give love? Because they're the same thing. Two sides of the same coin. It's your in-breath and your out-breath. It's one thing. So is love. The giving and receiving is one thing. If you think you're giving somebody love all the time and you're focused on that, then you're not giving yourself love. You're not loving yourself. And that means they can't love you either. That's very similar to when I say, everybody draw a pig. And everybody draws a pig. You can all see that they're pigs. And then you hold up your piece of paper, and everybody agrees that that's not a pig, that's a cow. You drew a cow, called it a pig. And you say, no, but look, it's on 4 legs. Yeah, it's got a big belly. It's got a tail. It's got ears. It's long. It's a pig. And everybody else is looking at each other going, this person is delusional. That is not a pig. But in their mind, they think that's a pig. We're not talking about pigs and cows. We're talking about language and how it doesn't work for thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And it doesn't because those things are ego, mind, identity. They're attachments, they're identifications. Their clouds, their weather, their moods, their outfits, their costumes. It's all a glamour. You can experience them, you can enjoy them, whatever, but it's not real. So, if you're holding up a picture of a cow, you're trying to tell the class that it's a pig. Very similar to, telling somebody that you love them when they know that that's not love. It's something else. That's a cow. And by you trying to tell everybody, no, it's a pig, that's called manipulation. It's called gaslighting. It's called everybody can see that you don't know what a pig is, or that you didn't understand the assignment, or that you're unwilling to participate, or that you are purposely causing trouble. Regardless, it's not a pig. It's something different. It's not good or bad. It's just not a pig. Ego, mind, identity, the EMI. I think it's R.J. Spina that talks about it the best. I think he's the one that coined the term EMI. The character mode. The self. The best gift you can give yourself is yourself, with a capital S. The detachment. There's all these manifesting coaches out there, people talking timelines, people talking, focusing on SP and money. And they don't get it. They don't understand it because they're trying to understand it. Un momento. Do yourself a favor. And when I say yourself, I mean the you that's probably buried deep inside of you that you don't realize that's there, that's basically screaming to get out. The you that's afraid of the cave with the dragon inside of it. The you that's terrified of the deep ocean, the abyss, with some sort of strange, horrible monster down there that's going to get you. Floating in the abyss of nothingness, alone in the dark, in the middle of the ocean with nothing around you. What's down there? That you that's afraid of that's the you that's screaming to get out, help me, get me out of this. That's your ego mind identity. That version of you is not real. So do yourself a favor, read this. The Law of Attention. It's not a big book, but it's a very deep book. The Law of Attention by R.J. Spina. If you read this book, and I really hope that you do, it'll change everything. Everything. Like, it'll change your entire world. Suspend disbelief. Don't go into it with arguing or logic or trying to prove it wrong or with some sort of disagreement or baggage that you're going to carry. Observe. Just read it, cover to cover. Take your time with it. Read it. I'm not saying that you're going to like it. I'm not saying that you're going to enjoy it. I'm saying if you're afraid to go into that cave, if you're afraid to float on that ocean, if you're afraid that that cow can't be a pig, that you can't use your eraser or start over, crumble it up, throw it out, draw a new one, that book will change everything. If you allow it to. Don't meet it with resistance, with constricting, expansiveness, open-mindedness. Read it. That feeling that you get when you are drawing something, writing a piece of music, making a recipe from scratch that you already know how to make, that you already know how to. You've made it so many times, you're just in a flow state. Like someone's like, make chocolate chip cookies, and you're like, yeah, I got this. Yeah. Make bread. Oh yeah, I can make bread. Painting a picture, playing guitar, making love. These things that are in flow state, these are the things that you don't have words for, that you can have words for. It's ineffable. There's something too holy to experience in those states of consciousness. That state of consciousness, that's one state. Try to be in that state when you're reading this. Be observer mode. A lot of people are going to talk about the New Year's coming, going to the gym, changing their diet. You never do. None of you ever do. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Reading this book will change. You'll be doing something you normally don't do. Most of you probably don't read books. There's a change right there. Okay, you don't have to read it. There's an audio version if that's more your thing. Okay, get the audio version. Consuming versus creating. It will change your life. Manifestation? Sure, it's in the book. Money? Sure, it's in the book. Reality? Sure, it's in the book. Everything you need to know is in the book. I've read lots of books. This is a giant shelf, and it goes way down too. I could probably fill 3 more shelves easily. I got books in storage. Books. TV? Fuck TV. I was always a reader. How he did this, I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. RJ is fucking Merlin. Besides other things. We're not talking spirituality. We're talking metaphysics. It's universal. Now, language, the English language, human language, it's not designed to communicate emotions and feelings. That's why our words and actions have to be one. When the two become one, that goes for many, many things. When the two become one, that should be a whole video itself, when the two become one. When your words and actions meet, when they are in compliance. That's how you can love yourself, and that's how you can love others. And that's how you can be open to receive love from others. Because you have realized that there are no others, that everything is you. You wouldn't hurt others if you understood how this all works. And you wouldn't hurt yourself either. But that's a much longer video. So if you are somebody like me that often has this deep feeling within themselves that can't be expressed with words correctly or coherently, your next best action is action. Your actions, your deeds, your doingness has to back up those words. You can say I love you to somebody, but it's like, that analogy of, breaking the plate. I love you, smash. I love you, smash. I love you, smash. And then you keep gluing the pieces together every time. Smash. I love you, smash. But you have to understand, if that keeps happening, number one, you keep allowing it. Number two, you're expecting them to love you in a way that they can't, because they don't know. It's not their fault. They're loving you the way that they were raised, programmed, believe, conceptualized. Who knows how they grew up? Maybe they grew up in a very smothering environment. Maybe they were abandoned. Maybe they were neglected. Maybe they were abused. And to them, love means this. That's how they were loved, and that's how they experienced loved, and that's the relationships that they've had in life. And they think, well, this is normal. This is what love is, and that's what they do. And then you being on the receiving end, going, stop, you're hurting me. Smash. Glue it back together. Stop, you're hurting me. Smash. And they're saying, no, but I love you. Smash. The person breaking your plate, it's not their fault. It's all they know. That's their ego mind identity, attachment. It's their identifications. It's their conceptualized idea of this is what love is. It's not free. It's not liberated. They're the ones holding up the cow picture, trying to tell you that it's a pig. When they believe it's a pig, still not their fault. We don't judge them. We don't blame them. But it's also not our job to correct them, or to teach them, or to help them, or course correct them, or wake them up. This is not our job. That's on them. You can remove yourself. You can say enough is enough. You can't see people for their potential, or what you want from them or of them. You cannot. They are how they are because that is their choice. If they can't wake up to make their own choices, to realize that they are a character in a story, in a book, in a movie, in a video game, that they have all these programs running. It's not your job to play the game for them or to delete these files for them. They either want to do the work or they don't, and their actions prove it. This could be your brother. This could be your wife. This could be a mother. This could be your best friend. This could be your boss. This could be anybody. It's most likely you. You're running these programs. Change it. Stay tuned. My next video is going to be a deconstructed metaphysical breakdown of a Catholic prayer. You might have heard it before. You might not have. Regardless, this is universal, and I'm telling you it applies to you. Stay tuned. And stay fresh, cheese bags.